few seconds the moon came free of clouds, and he saw the hill's character, saw moonlight on the yardarm bough of a big tree he thought he recognised. Another 20 yards and the road turned sharply right and down again. He turned with it, going a little quicker now. The rain was easing. He shook the drops from his hat, went on descending long enough to begin to doubt this could be the hill he believed it was. Then, stretching out with his hand, he grazed a stone pillar that marked the edge of an open gateway. Dr. Maddie Pelling. I'm a historian and author and an avid reader of history non-fiction and fiction. Welcome to History Book Club. This is a space where over the next few weeks I'm going to be reading historical fiction and history non-fiction to bring you some of the best newly published reads and some of the oldest, and really get into just what makes history on the page so compelling. Now, for historians, I think reading historical fiction can be a little bit of a challenge. It can be a bit of a struggle because we spend so much time in our professional lives researching, thinking about, and really imaginatively occupying so many of the time periods that are covered by novelists as well. And I always really enjoy this tension between the world that a novelist might create, set in the past, and the world that us historians are creating. And actually often there is overlap, and what is history if not telling a story?
And in this book, history and storytelling combine in really exciting ways. Andrew Miller's Now We Shall Be Entirely Free begins in 1809, just after the Battle of Corunna in Spain, in which French Napoleonic forces attacked and defeated the British, famously killing Lieutenant General Sir John Moore in the process. The novel opens in a Somerset house when a young captain, delirious with exhaustion and carrying mental as well as physical wounds, is brought back from the fighting. He's in a terrible state, and it quickly becomes clear that his experiences over in Spain have come back with him. But while Captain John Lacroix lies recovering in England, a second plot unfurls on the continent. Following the discovery of terrible atrocities committed by the British in a Spanish village, both armies are set on rooting out the perpetrators and quietly putting the issue to bed. Soon, a man from each army is chosen for a secret mission to find and execute the officer believed responsible.
Miller's novel is two things at once, I think. It is, on the one hand, a psychological slow burn, one that's concerned with the intimate workings of his characters' minds, but it's also, at its heart, an adventure story. It's a historical romp that sets you down in a gritty and palpable world. Something that I love about Miller's work, and this is the same across his historical novel Pure, which is set in the French Revolution, is the absolute crispness and purity of his prose. He is an amazing world builder, but it never comes at the expense of moving the plot along, and there is a lot of plot here to get through, and he takes us on this really exciting story. We've got these two moving parts of the plot that come together, and you know they're going to collide before the end of the story. Now, if you love romantic men, you will adore Miller's main character, Lacroix. Now, don't forget this is the age of Byron and Shelley and Keats, and Lacroix really fits something of that romantic model. He is a character that moves through the world that is inhabited by other people, and you see how he moves through that world, how he affects the other characters that he meets, but also there's a sense that he is withdrawn from them spiritually and physically, and that he's yearning for something more. What I think is most successful, though, about this novel is its interiority. It invites you inside the private interior worlds, the minds of people from the past, albeit fictional. It really draws you in, and in that way it brings a really satisfying reader experience.
And while you're not meant to judge a book by its cover, just look at this. So excited to share the list of books that are coming up in the next few weeks.
But if you want to follow along, or indeed if you have a suggestion of a book that you would like me to add to that list, or you just want to chat more about the books that I've spoken about here, you can follow me over on Instagram at Maddie Pelling, or you can like and subscribe here on YouTube to make sure that you never miss a video.